Does anyone else feel like a bad brown person when someone asks your opinion on something that's blatantly Orientalist and fetishistic? Because despite all the gross misrepresentation and stereotypes, you still kind of liked it and also still listen to the soundtrack on a semi regular basis? Because I don't. I know what I'm about, and that's being a hater, but also liking the live action Aladdin because it's kind of fun. I'm complicated like that. So let's get into this roast. Let me establish my credentials because I always see brown Twitter arguing about this very thing. I'm Punjabi, which makes me South Asian. A lot of people think of Aladdin as a strictly Middle Eastern story, but the term Middle East itself is a very vague term steeped in Orientalism. And if you'd like an explanation on what Orientalism is, the correct regional descriptor for the place we refer to as Middle East would probably be more accurately called Southwest Asia and North Africa. Aladdin is based on a story in the 1001 Nights, which was compiled by a French writer, supposedly told to him by a Syrian storyteller, but originally based in China. The Disney version of the movie drew from stereotypes of South Asians, Southwest Asians, and North Africans. I will just be collectively referring to all of these regions as Swanasa from here on out because it's kind of a mouthful to repeat all of them. The fictional kingdom of Agrabah is likely supposed to be Agra, the home of the Taj Mahal, located in Uttar Pradesh in India. The tiger is indigenous to South, Southeast, and parts of East Asia. It is named Raja, a term that translates to king in many North Indian languages. And there's literally a song called Arabian Nights. The Islamic influence in the movie is also undeniable, seen in the architecture of the city, the title of Sultan, the aesthetics, and of course, many of the character names. Regarding the usage of Islamic elements in the film, in a statement, CARE National Executive Director Nihad Awad said, "The Aladdin myth is rooted by racism, Orientalism, and Islamophobia. To release it during the Trump era of rapidly rising anti-Muslim, anti-immigrant, and racist animus only serves to normalize stereotyping and to marginalize minority communities." I say all this to say Aladdin is a blight on all of us. We are in this together. When we engage in these petty internet fights about why is a half Indian girl playing Jasmine, we lose sight of the real enemy, which is Disney. And by the way, the real question is, why is a half white passing girl playing Jasmine? Anyway, I'll be focusing on Jasmine's fits because Aladdin and Will Smith actually looked pretty good to me, honestly. Like, not saying it was like accurate or anything, but they didn't look bad, except for Aladdin's hair, which is probably because his hair is naturally curly, like the actors. And I don't know what they did to that shit, but it was not moving. It looked crunchy as hell. So Jasmine wears clothes that are likely inspired by Arab belly dancers, and looking at her costume design, Christiane Staninger argues that Jasmine is actually dressed like an American teenager of the time, with only ornamental elements linking back to her exotic culture. She points out that Jasmine is actually dressed in the costume of a Californian girl in 1992. See-through dresses, baggy pants, halter tops, and long hair held in scrunchies. Her outfit was changed in the movie, and you might think it was because the producers wised up and thought maybe they shouldn't try to be so blatantly fetishistic, but nah. The animated movie was done in 1992. We wanted to modernize the movie, and some things are inappropriate these days for families, says Aladdin producer Dan Lin. They just wanted to make it more family friendly, apparently, which is so funny because the original Disney movie was marketed as a children's film. Maybe stop letting horny white guys conceptualize this shit. I won't be focusing on historical accuracy of the outfits because it's Disney, and I'm not saying that y'all can't focus on that, but it obviously wasn't very important to them, so I'll just ignore it. But just know, most sources agree that Aladdin is set in around the 8th to 9th century. Alright, first outfit. This revamped turquoise number, it's not the worst outfit in the movie, but I do hate it. Like, there's like the structured torso and the weird bustier design that's so ugly. And I don't even know what they were going for, like a corset style, maybe? Corset, like to show that she's so caged in by the horrible patriarchal society of Agrabah, which is why she goes into that whole speechless song too, which we will get to. There's like these dangly jewels hanging off the cups. It's giving me Party City Arabian princess costume. It's also giving me I ran out of ideas, so I grabbed the first quirky looking thing off of Michael's ribbon clearance bin and stitched them on last minute. I think they were going for a lehenga and blouse combo like this, which objectively, these look way better. God, it's honest, this whole thing is honestly so insulting because the one thing that Bollywood does get is fashion. Like, I wonder why they got the fashion so wrong. Oh, I see. Ugh, let's just move on. Okay, next outfit. It's like they didn't even try with this one. Like, I swear I saw a girl wearing this exact dress for a Renaissance reenactment project we had to do for history in high school. If I can see your multi-million-dollar movies costume on Megan B from Mr. Thompson's class, it's an L. God. Wear this to your local community theater production of Hamlet in which you're playing Ophelia, but not when you're playing Jasmine. Okay, next. You know, I'm actually not mad about it. It's like simple and cute. I might wear it, actually. I will say the neckline is kind of weird. Like, either go in with a square or a sweetheart. This weird hybrid just throws the whole look off. The sleeves, like those little open long sleeves, aren't really common elements in a suit like this either, but I like them, so they can stay. Oh God. This outfit gives me indigestion. I cannot describe to you how much I hate this outfit. It's so ugly. It has like the weird structured bust and torso again, and then it has like just a bunch of random crisscrossing lines. And like, are those tri-colored boobs? And then there's just random coins sewn onto the dress. Like, what is going on? And also, I'm not sure why the designers were so married to like this short sleeve. It just gives all the outfits like a very immature look. Either make it a shoulder strap or make it a 3/4 sleeve or even a full sleeve. Oh God, I don't know. I'm gagging looking at this. Like, I hate it so much. See, like, take a look at these. They're so much better, more mature. They don't look like an oversized child's costume from a local community theater production of Aladdin that stars Jessica and Andrew from down at the co-op. This one is probably marginally better. I don't know if I'm biased because I hated the last outfit so much, but it still looks like something a designer who's never been to a Swanasa country would draw up when they're like told to make something that looks vaguely Arab or South Asian. The pattern on the skirt of the dress is just like so plain. Like, I would have that pattern on a random suit that I wear to like the temple, and not even on like Vaisakhi or New Year's or something like that. Like, I would just wear this on a regular Sunday, you know? This is not the big regal fit that I would wear when I'm waiting for my beloved, you know? Like, here's something I would wear while I'm waiting for my streetwise street urchin beloved. It still has the orange and pink color scheme, but it looks way more regal and romantic. It's actually a bridal dress, but you know, we're going for luxury, we're going for extravagance and royalty, so I think I can draw some inspo from some bridal dresses here. This, oh God, it's giving me Kid Spot Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, this netting, are we catching butterflies? And again with the weirdest fuck neckline. Like, what are they going for here? Why is she constantly wearing these Forever 21 chunky necklaces? Like, I had this necklace in sophomore year of high school and it turned my neck green. It's like they made the dress and ran out of fabric. Oh God, I hate this so much. So I actually looked a little bit more into this dress, and apparently, I'm paraphrasing, but the designers said that they went for an orange and green color scheme because it's an unusual combo, their words, but you commonly see it in Arab and South Indian cultures. Again, that's a quote, South Indian. And I'm assuming they meant to say South Asian, but who knows? Maybe Wilkinson has his finger on the pulse of South Indian fashion specifically. Anyway, this is a travesty. And I won't deny that orange and green is a color combo used in at least South Asian fashion, but it's kind of dated. Here are some examples from Hum Aapke Hai Kaun, which came out in 1994. I mean, they looked cute, but again, I'll say it, like it's kind of a dated color combo. So here are some like more updated modern looks using the same color combo. Okay, the wedding outfit. Now, I won't say that white is completely out of the question for a Swanasa wedding. I went to a Yemeni friend's wedding. She looked beautiful, dressed in a big, beautiful white wedding dress. And in at least regions of South Asia, red is more typical of weddings, but there's also a lot more freedom of color choice for weddings. Like, I've been to a lot of South Asian weddings and seen colors like pink, orange, blue, purple. But in the case of Aladdin, I'm gonna go ahead and say, based on the level of research we've seen so far, that they weren't really taking into account the variation of wedding traditions across the regions that they claim to take inspiration from, and just wanted to go with a white wedding dress to make the scene more normal to white viewers. Like, if we're going off of current trends, when we're looking overall into like why everything in this movie just looked so off, I think it was like how garish all of the colors were, you know? Like, this type of coloring was more common in popular culture in the 90s, I would say, maybe even in the 2000s. But honestly, I would say recently you see a very prominent shift toward more neutral, earthy tones and like warm neutrals and stuff like that, you know? And even pastels, like less saturated colors, which is, again, I think why I was so drawn to that first outfit that she was wearing when she's supposed to be blending in with the commoners. It's like a more neutral outfit, and like, it's cute, you know? They kept it simpler because it is supposed to be a simpler outfit. Like, again, I think the issue stems from the fact that nobody from any of these regions was really working on the movie. So yeah, I mean, like, the coloring isn't the sole reason. Obviously, they just added random shit to make it look more exotic and oriental. Like fucking coins. Now, let's compare the costuming in this movie to some similar Bollywood blockbusters. I'll focus on period pieces since the costumes would be of like a similar caliber. Here's a movie that came out in 2015. It had a total budget of 1.5 billion rupees, which roughly equates to about 19.5 million US dollars. Aladdin, by comparison, had a total budget of $183 million. And Jasmine looked like that. I know I said I didn't mind the inaccuracies of the movie, but when I was skimming the movie again for outfits, it was just really striking to me how superficial it all seemed. Like, not just the outfits, but everything about it. Like Jasmine's Speechless song, for example. It was such a half-hearted attempt at a feminist moment. Like, if we're gonna be completely honest, while Jasmine isn't really a Disney princess because, you know, she's not the star of her own movie or anything like that, like the other princesses are, she's usually thought of as one of the more outspoken ones, honestly. Like, she's very sassy, and like, I feel like that's one of the only character traits she does have. So giving her a song about I was speechless and now I can talk and speak is kind of weird. The only thing that would make you think any differently that she is actually speechless is her being in this vaguely orientalist setting that brings to mind restrictive patriarchal societies. It was just so... We want BuzzFeed to write a listicle about top 14 reasons Jasmine from Aladdin 2019 is the woke diversity queen we needed. And then, like, the clothes are just an aspect of this, but it's like such a blatant example of the minimal research that was done into the cultures that were referenced for the movie. Everything about this movie gives me such writing a movie about the Middle East / South Asia / Orientalist fantasy from people who have never been there or even spoken to a person from there. I don't know, it was just disappointing. Anyway, I just made a Twitter at President Sasuke. Go follow me on there if you want. I might follow back if you're funny, because I'm really just following nobody right now. And please like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you hate me. And leave a comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.